In the 200-plus years since Indiana's statehood, Benjamin Harrison is the only Hoosier to ascend to the American presidency. And fortunately for us, his memory and legacy are preserved right here in Indianapolis.
The Benjamin Harrison Presidential Site is a museum that's dedicated to the life and legacy of the 23rd President of the United States. So we're situated on about 2.5 acres, and the house itself is a 10,000 square foot Italianate brick home that was built by Benjamin Harrison and his wife Caroline Harrison, starting in 1874, and they completed it in 1875. When Benjamin Harrison built this house, he was a prominent attorney here in Indianapolis. He was known at a statewide level because he was well respected as an orator and had increasingly prominent roles through his political interests and interacting on a national level with other prominent political figures of the era.
Remarkably, Harrison conducted much of his successful 1888 presidential campaign from this very home.
So Harrison was especially notable for his front porch campaign. And this is one of the iconic front porch campaigns in that he conducted that entire campaign literally from the front stoop. So those limestone steps, they're coming out of what now consists of that front porch on the front of this house. So he gave over 80 speeches to more than 300,000 people from this house on Delaware Street in what's now downtown Indianapolis.
Harrison may have stepped into the presidency in the late 19th century, but his administration's agenda feels remarkably modern. During his 4-year term, he set aside some 13 million acres of land for public use and created 3 national parks. He pushed for civil rights legislation aimed at ensuring Black Americans could vote freely. And the Sherman Antitrust Act, signed into law by Harrison, is still used today to combat monopolies.
Clearly, he had a vision for what he could accomplish. He was able to do much during that administration. I think it would be a fair characterization to describe Harrison as anticipating the modern presidency.
After Harrison lost his bid for re-election in 1892, he returned to Indianapolis and resumed his law practice. He died here in March of 1901. The home has been open to the public since the early 1950s, serving a role akin to modern presidential libraries. And now, a recently completed capital campaign has refreshed the Harrison story for a new generation.
One of our aims was to serve the larger community. And so we announced a $6 million capital campaign. We were able to exceed that goal. That allowed us to invest nearly $2 million in the historic structure itself, and then to make substantial additional infrastructure improvements across our grounds.
Visitors to the site are now welcomed by newly revitalized public spaces. Presidential scholars will find a refreshed library where they can handle original documents. A new third-floor gallery gives staff an opportunity to highlight Harrison's legacy. And much of the home has been restored to its near original state.
So 75 to 80% of what you see is actually original to the Harrisons themselves. You'll see the original Oriental rug as you walk past the front parlor from the 1870s. You'll see family portraits of family members, whether it's his grandfather, William Henry Harrison, his great-grandfather, Benjamin Harrison V, who was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. You'll see gifts that were given to him as president. We have examples of the Harrison china, which was informed by Caroline Harrison's own artistic sensibilities. We have many examples of the hand-painted china that she herself painted. So we have a really extraordinary collection that we're able to draw from that really speaks to the authenticity of this place and gives you a better sense of the personalities of the people who inhabited this house.
Even though it's been well over a century since Benjamin Harrison inhabited this grand home, there's still much to be learned inside these walls.
Since the founding of our country, there have been over 500 million citizens. but only 45 presidents and 46 administrations out of those 500 million people have been president of the United States. So there's something exceptional about those 45 individuals. It may be good, it may be bad, more likely it's somewhere in between. But to be able to see the spaces that they inhabited, to understand better perhaps their mindset and how they sought to shape the world around them, what better place to start than their very own homes?